Okay, algebra is all about simplifying. So let us learn how to simplify roots and surds when we find them in fractions. It's never good to have a surd or a root sitting in the denominator. We need to get rid of it. And the best way to get rid of it is to multiply the denominator and the numerator by the surd that we find in the denominator. We know our fraction rules. They state that what you do to the denominator and to the numerator does not change the fraction value. So let's do that. That's what we did here. Okay. So now we end up with 1 times square root 2 at the top is equal to square root 2. So we now have the square root at the top, or the surd at the top. And the bottom we have square root 2 times square root 2, which comes to 2. Yay, mission accomplished. We have a whole number at the bottom. This rule here we discussed in a previous lecture. You can go revise it in my Surds playlist and find out why square root 2 times square root 2 comes to the number inside the box. Right, so that is now a rule that I would like you to learn for simplifying. Before we move on to the next slide, you'll see a subscribe button here. Press it, please, so you can subscribe to my channel and we can see you again and help you with your maths. Right, over here we have 1 over the square root of 3. Now we know that the square root of 3 is a surd. There isn't a perfect answer. So we need to get rid of it in the denominator, and we're going to do that by multiplying the denominator and the numerator by the square root of 3. And we're going to end up with the square root of 3 over 3. So we have a whole number in the denominator. That makes life a lot simpler in algebra. Okay, let's look at simplifying just one step further. Remember, all your rules in maths apply. It doesn't matter which grade you are in. Junior school applies very heavily in senior school. And we're going to do that in this example. We have 12 over the square root of 15. We want to get rid of the square root of 15, so we're going to multiply the denominator and the numerator by the square root of 15. What are we going to end up with? We're going to end up with 12 square root 15 over a whole number of 15. Great. But just look at this. We have 12 and we have 15 that share factors. So let's find the greatest common factor of 12 and 15, and that would be 3. So let's divide 12 by 3. It's going to end up with a 4. And let's divide 15 by 3, and we're going to end up with a 5. Right. So now we end up with an even more simplified fraction. 4 times the square root of 15 over 5. Please take notice that you should always reduce your fractions as low as you can get them. Okay, right. Now I want you, before you leave, quickly just to press subscribe down here so you can join me on this journey and become a regular viewer of my channel so that you can become strong at math. See you soon.